Hi, I'm Olga S. Pérez, coming at you live, unleashing the power of perspective, one reaction at a time. I've been a life strategist for over 20 years, and I'm here to share my insights on trending topics, current news, and music videos that we all want to talk about with love and humor.
I can't hear anything. I don't know why. I can hear now.
How about now? Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
Okay, now. All good now?
Yes.
What
Thank
happened
you.
yesterday? It was so weird. Like all I had to do was unplug and plug back the mic, the interface. Like I already tested it earlier. It was working.
Oh,
But it did the same thing in the beginning of my live yesterday. And of course, the first thing I did was what you normally do is just first plug in, plug out. That doesn't work, then you escalate. So I'm sorry about that. Sorry about that. How are you? Great to see you.
You too. Wow, it's been a long time.
Yeah, right?
It's great to see you.
Same here. So where are you right now? What part of the world are you at right now?
I'm here in California in an undisclosed location.
There you go. So you're West Coast, so you're like 3 hours behind.
Yes, it's 10:26 right now.
Very cool. Very cool. I'm a morning person personally, so I get it. I love it. So I'm glad that you made it. Thank you very much. Sarah and I met in college many, many, many moons ago, and we haven't seen each other in what, 15 years?
Yeah, I think it's been, I think the last time we saw each other was like 2009.
See, I was thinking 2009, 2010.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. Of course, I've seen you, with your performances on Facebook.
Yeah, I've seen you online, but you look great. I really love your hair.
Oh, really? Because I didn't wash it. I got time for that. And no, I haven't been taking care of my hair properly. So, but thank you.
Thank you.
I pulled it off.
You did pull it off very, very nicely, actually. Yes.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
No, so this is my first time, second time being live on the internet.
Wow.
I was on Instagram Live once in 2020.
By yourself or as a guest or a host?
As a guest on a makeup show doing eyebrows. And I played a song. I played a song too.
Very cool. Yeah, Sarah's an artist, everyone. Sarah, do you want to say anything more about yourself? Or
I'm just trying to survive in this crazy world and promote, making art and expression and, freedom of expression. Yeah.
A true artist. I have seen you perform live in person. I've seen you prep, write, direct, produce. And you are a true artist. And I feel like you've been unwavering about it, like you stuck to your real self. You know what I mean? You didn't yourself.
Well, the funny thing about, being an artist is everybody tells you if you want to go into showbiz or, if you have a proclivity to act or dance or sing, they always say like, you have to really want it. You have to really want it if you want to go for it. And I was always like, I don't know if I really want it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if I want it that bad. And then we came up in the 2000s, the early 2000s, when all of that sexual harassment and, the casting couch, I mean, it's a real thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
People in the music business, they're all fucking guys. I was like, I don't want any part of this. You know what I mean? Not that it's easy to look back and be like, I could have been so great. But seriously, for women, I feel like we have a lot more to sort of navigate in the world to really make it as an artist. And let's face it, just a very small percentage can actually make money doing it. And, I've always been a person that wants to have a certain standard of living. So I could never be a poor artist. But anyway, I'm rambling.
No, but it's funny because the internet has changed a lot of that because people are being creative in so many different ways. I mean, like a girl doing makeup and talking about murder stories. And that's her thing. And I mean, granted, she probably started at least 10 years ago. So a lot of those YouTubers, things for me, it's gone downhill. But so what do you know? Because since we haven't talked really, and we both are like, oh, we're not going to talk about politics, but like we'll talk about current events. And it just so happened that the whole Charlie Kirk thing, and I don't. Do you know him? Do you know anything about him?
Yes, I did hear about him because I do listen to a podcast called QAA, which is dives into conspiracy theories and a lot of the political different, the different threads of political conspiracy theories going on, and different people, different characters in, online. And he was one of them that they kind of covered. So I knew a little bit about him. And that he was kind of, inflaming the left, so to speak.
At first I didn't know you were going with the inflaming. I go, oh, here we go. But that was good. No, you're right. Because in a nutshell, that's literally what he would do. Is like, it was like putting holy water on vampires.
Yeah.
In a sense, you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, but I, and I love, I don't mind having a good reaction. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need people to like agree with me or like me. Like, I like rebuttals. I like people like playing devil's advocate. I like pushing the boundaries. Like, but I'm not him. Like, that's.
Well, yeah, he went, I don't think he's interested in like a polite discussion. I think I've seen some of the videos where people go and confront him in public, and he's kind of like, debate me, which is what he was doing on the campus in Utah. And that's the good thing about him, is he's developing conversation. He's promoting conversation. And so I think that, that's a great thing. That's like what makes our country great, is that we can have these conversations where you completely disagree with the other person politically, but our political system has made it life or death. Like, like these actors, politicians, creating this,
well said,
this life or death situation where it's like, oh my God, if your guy loses, the other guy, they're going to fucking kill you. You know what I mean? It's just so violent. It's like, we shouldn't have to live with this trauma as Americans. We shouldn't have to live every day traumatized by our political system fighting,
right. But who are the talking heads? Like, who flares it up, right? The MSN, right? Like, so-called legacy media. The media.
Yeah.
And the fact that they're all owned by who? And it's like, and they're, so many, there's been a few whistleblowers, at least a handful I can think about, that did leave their jobs because they weren't allowed to report real news, like just the truth.
Yeah. I think I don't watch MSNBC. I don't watch those channels because it upsets me so much.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I try to just read the news instead, and also listen to podcasts where it comes at you slower, right? Like, why are we in a world where we have to like make a comment on something that happens 2 seconds ago?
You're nailing a post that I just posted a couple hours ago on Twitter.
Really?
Let me read it to you. Cause I don't know. Are you on Twitter? Are you into?
I'm not on Twitter anymore. I mean, I am, but I don't go on there anymore. I'm honestly like so tired of technology and social media and the internet. I feel like oversaturated. I'm tired of my phone. I think a lot of people feel this way, but I'm just so sick of it that, oh, look at us on there. Cool.
Oh,
I guess I'm on Twitter now.
You're on Twitter, but because the post is right before our live. So this is a post that I posted, right? So like, there's obviously tons of videos that they're posting about the guy, right? Tyler Robinson.
I just saw this morning. I read a little bit about the guy that they caught him. Thank God.
Yeah. But apparently the father turned him in. The father apparently spoke to the pastor, his pastor.
I heard that a relative turned him in. So it was his own father. Wow.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if you see this video, and me, I'm very intuitive. Like I believe in my intuition more than anything. I'm not saying I'm wrong.
I haven't seen this video.
Yeah, he's just like, he just got I think a scholarship or a grant for college. Let's hear it real quick. And but again, my response wasn't necessarily for this video, just in general about everyone that's just so quick to like share his face, his name. He's a suspect. Even if his father turned him in, we don't know.
Right.
Was he one for real? And, and by himself, I don't believe that. I said that right in the intro. But again, if I didn't have any audio, nobody heard me say that. And from the first,
just been me because I was in the backstage. Who knows?
I don't know. Technology. But the thing is that from the get-go, from the moment a friend texted me when this happened, which was within the hour. Is that you? Do you hear that?
That was me. I'm going to turn off my notifications.
Okay. I was just like, is it me? So I felt Oswald. And sometimes you just need one word to tell you the whole story. Like, I don't believe that Oswald did it and that he was alone. I don't believe it wasn't set up. It was set up. I believe.
Right. Yes.
It's nefarious.
I'm familiar with these theories somewhat. Yes.
But going to what you just said a minute ago about how everybody's like knee-jerk reaction, you said it differently, but
yeah,
that's it. So I respond and I go, can you read it on your side?
Everyone is quick to believe Charlie Kirk's assassin has been found.
Oh, go ahead.
Without due process, without facts, people react like it's the days of the gladiators, ready to watch someone torn apart before proof is even shown. Pure instinct, no pause, no thought, no time to analyze. That is archaic. That is not evolution, not growth, and especially shocking when it's coming from people who claim to believe in Christ. Oh, okay. Wasn't expecting that.
Thank you for saying that, because I literally that was the goal. Go ahead. Especially because he was a Christ preacher in a sense, right?
Who this guy?
Charlie Kirk.
Oh, Charlie Kirk. He was a Christian?
Yes.
Okay. Many are openly rooting for the accused shooter, a young man. But no one is asking the real questions. There is no way he acted alone. It's obvious the shot didn't come from where the news is saying, and yet people swallow the story whole, forgetting how many times they've been lied to.
By officials and the media, right? Like across the board. Politicians, but go ahead.
Right. We are to blame. Look at yourself. Look at how quickly you jumped the gun. You fell for it again. How easy it is to manipulate you. Yet you scream for justice. Do you deserve it when your own reaction proves the opposite? You're missing the point. Open your eyes. Erase your emotions. Act grown up across all ages. I hear the same cry. Off with his head. Thirsty for blood. But tell me, is that Christian? No. This mentality, this behavior will be your demise. Open your eyes. Breathe. Remember, it is better to die for truth than live for a lie. Wow, very cool, very passionate.
Thank you.
Yes.
Oh, you're ready to put your glasses on.
I know. I need these now.
I love them.
And I am glad that there's a filter on this. So
wait, we both have tortoiseshell glasses.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but yours are hotter though.
Oh,
I need a cleaning. Oh, what's up, girl?
This really does help me see.
Yeah.
So what I might point out though in your post is that you do mention a few things that also are kind of jumping the gun and not proven, right? Like you're like, it came from another direction than they're telling us. I mean,
but it's true. It's true because the news, not just the news, but like the clips and the people are reposting the same clips. And so you're like, okay, who came up with this? And I'm like, okay, what network was it? Fox? Who was it? And the way that, you know how they show, like they'll show the map, they'll give you like the aerial view and they'll be like, okay, the bullet came from here. But then other people, especially people that know how to shoot or are snipers themselves or retired veterans. I didn't just see one post. I saw like 200 of them just to make sure like if they were even manipulating the visuals and the angles, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, so they're saying that the bullet hit because he was wearing a vest underneath like
Charlie Kirk was wearing a bulletproof vest.
And so apparently they're saying that it hit the vest and then it ricocheted to his neck. But there's also, they put him in an SUV. There was no EMTs, no like ambulance, you know, standing by like the college. A lot of people failed. But the point is, there's also video of the guy coming off the roof and he has no gun in his hands, but yet the gun was found wrapped up in the woods.
Oh.
Do you know what I mean? Like, so I'm not jumping the gun. I'm going based on the evidence that everyone's blaming and thinking this is a guy and showing pictures. I'm like, but there's so much inconsistencies. And again, typically in law enforcement, you know me with interpreting in court and all that, you've got to fucking get your shit. Like, you got to know, and for sure, before you even go on a public camera to say any news. How many times do we hear them say, this is all we know for now? Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They're not doing it in this case. It's boom, boom, boom. So it's like, I think even the officials, either A, they're acting also out of emotion and forgetting their own protocol, due diligence, which we know they're fallible, they're human, we get it. But also, how do we know they're not paid off? Then there's people, God. Then there was two guys that a lot of people also clipped the video of the two guys behind them doing like hand signals. Like kind of like, you know, baseball when they like touch their cap and they do this and that and they're trying to signal. And it's like, and you watch and you rewind it and you just take away your emotion. It's more than plausible that they didn't just happen to go like this and go like that. You know what I mean? Like, it, not that it's not impossible that they didn't just happen, but I'm just like, I feel like it's a group effort to drive us all crazy is what.
Well, that's definitely true.
But the fact is that they're already, as soon as they get the picture of the guy in custody, the suspect in custody, everyone's just, it's like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people posting, hang them. That's where I was coming up with the gladiator thing. That's why I was asking if you're on X.
Yes, absolutely. I totally agree. I think it's terrible to celebrate when somebody dies. He's a father. He has two children. Yeah, you don't agree with him. You might think he's a total a-hole, that, you know, he's obscene. You might think all these terrible things, but the guy has a right to freedom of speech. The guy has a right. And the thing is, we have to have these conversations together. We have to be talking like this guy setting up at this campus, inviting students to come. And the thing is, these students and people that disagree with him, they want to go debate him. And so it's engaging and it's a healthy thing to do that. So absolutely, to sit there and just say, yay, fuck that guy. That's very base emotion. Like you were saying, like that's not evolved. That's, you know, memification of thought. You know, it's the internet making people lazy thinkers, and people were already lazy thinkers.
But a lot of the posts as well are people that have a big following. So they know, like clickbait, you know what I mean? They know what to say to get more views, to make more money. So you know what I'm saying? So if they weren't getting paid, would they all be all like trying to beat each other and win?
Yeah, because it's how much incentive. I mean, the God almighty dollar, everybody, we all need it to survive. It's very hard to get without breaking your back to survive. So yeah, you're going to be, messing with the algorithm or whatever, following the algorithm to get your likes, to get your money, to get your cash, to get your engagement.
See what I mean? So I'm like,
yeah.
People need to think like, you don't want to go back and backpedal. I would advise that. Like you could be wrong. We can all be wrong, but like there's no way, first of all, that this guy's the one and done. And so for me,
yeah.
Okay.
Well, think about it too. He's only 22 years old. Although
he could be still a good shooter.
What?
You could be well trained and still a good shooter.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go ahead. He's 22. Go ahead. You're on something.
Well, I was just going to say he's 22, so one, like his prefrontal cortex, not fully developed. So yeah, he could have lost his mind and gone and climbed on a roof and said, I'm going to shoot this guy. But I mean, look at Columbine. Those were like 4 guys, or, I know that's like way back nowadays, but school shooters, they kind of act alone,
Yeah. But that's what's funny. great point, because school shooters, but JFK, not a school shooting. Martin Luther King, not a school shooting. Lincoln, not a school shooting. You know what I mean? It's like, to me, I totally put the school shootings in its own category, because that also has in psychology, which, hello, you're kind of an expert. You're kind of a, you know.
I'm not an expert.
You have a background in psychology. That's part of one of your backgrounds. And you know, like the mockingbird or the copycat kind of a thing. And that's, I think there's a lot of that in the school
throughout
shooting.
history, young men have started wars.
There you go.
They have started wars because, let's say, the elders agree, okay, we're going to keep calmer heads. Like you said, we're evolved, right? Let's not jump the gun. Let's figure this out.
Right.
And you get these two young men who are 20, 18, 17, 16, young men. And they're like, we want vengeance, you know, because we're full of hormones. We got testosterone. We have this energy. And we know what's best.
But the trans ones, they're a whole nother level, because they're on meds. Like in all of history, they weren't taking meds.
Well, when you say the trans ones?
So like the shooters that are like identifying as an opposite sex. Okay. I don't even care. I don't care about the label, but I
don't know that many trans shooters. I haven't heard of many.
That's interesting. Because that's the part of the media where I talk to a lot of my friends and we have a different story. And I'm like, what are you talking about? That shooter was, say, a specific story, like the recent one we just had a couple months ago or a week ago. I don't even, girl, nowadays it's like every other day. What was the last one we just had? Yeah, that he wrote something about killed Trump on the
bullet.
Well, also on the magazine or whatever you call that part. Now I sound totally uneducated about guns. He said, well, who was that? The last guy the Catholic school shooting.
Okay.
So they find the, what do you call it? They find the
gun?
No, where they write.
Oh, the manifesto.
Yes. Thank you. So they find the manifesto. And so again, you know, with like hating Catholics, Christians, you know, God believing people, and then the guy is one thing and identifies as another. And the problem is not that. I'm going to the medications that they're on, the hormones that they're on, because you're just saying that in history, the young men with their hormones and also, you know, lack of development. And so that's the thing. Yeah. Like it's like this is a whole nother animal, like a whole nother demon in a sense. You know what I mean? Like this is like a voice.
And you have to think too, like drugs that are prescribed improperly, like psychiatric medications
that's where I'm going.
That don't work for people.
Especially children. I mean, and a lot of these, this last generation, the last 20 years, they're on like Riddle, Adderall since like they're like 5, 6.
I can't believe it. Yeah. I mean, and you know, I'm a mother and I can't imagine putting my son on drugs, but I know that some kids do have disorders that need to be treated, but it seems like it's too much. It's maybe over treating young people and especially boys, because boys are rambunctious.
Yes. That was,
you know, they don't want to sit still and you're trying to force them to sit still. And I think a lot of things have changed for the better. Like, for example, my son is allowed to draw in class while his teacher is teaching because he can't sit still. And so back when we were kids, they'd be like, you put that away.
Yes.
Attention, you know, stop drawing on your thing. But, you know, today they let the kids, you know, move around a little bit. They're a little less, you know, forcing the kids to sit still because it's not natural.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
They want to move around. They want to. So yeah, I think our society is so fucked in so many ways. These kids, we're growing up. We're not getting good education for the kids in public school because we're not funded. Schools are not funded well enough. People are working so hard. People can barely afford to make their bills and have time to have an actual community and to have an actual spiritual connection with other humans. And yeah, I mean, there's so much. Yeah. But going
my
back.
My question about that, you didn't hear at all about the shooting of the kids in the church a month ago?
It sounds familiar, but
You see what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
when
but
the whole
I have been avoiding
news, you
Yeah,
said it from the get-go,
I can't contain it all. I
right?
can't
Right?
contain this fire hose
Because
of
it's vile.
information.
It's vile. We're not supposed to. We're not built
We're
to.
not built to know everything in the world that's happening at once.
See, this is what I love. And I'm so glad you came on because although, we haven't talked a lot, in the past few years, like we used to, you know what I mean? Like we met in school, like, so remember, like, was it sociology class or was it philosophy class? Do you remember
Sociology.
it was sociology.
Yes.
And you and I were the only debaters, remember? And we were opposite, but
yes.
yeah, we were the same, but we thought we were different and opposite. Remember?
Yeah.
Something like that. Like
because I don't think either of us were used to having somebody like challenge us that much.
Yeah.
And so I would say my piece, right? And I'd be like, well, I think blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden this voice in the other corner of the room says, excuse me.
That's so true. I love that you remember that.
Yeah.
That's so
funny.
You
would say something totally contradicting what I just said.
Always.
And I'd be like, who was that? Why is she trying to destroy me?
But you didn't cower. You believed in what you said, and you actually made me bring the rebuttal better. Okay. I would just be like, that's wrong. American culture is this, that, because I grew up in Spain, and you're like, but you were nicer about it. You'd be like, well, let me think about that. You were the thinker. You took your time. I'm like, but you're like, okay, all right. No, hold on. All right. But actually, I think you're incorrect with that. Like when you did it so good that I'd be like, I can't even get. Yeah, you were really you were smarter than me. I had maybe the experience that you didn't have, like for me growing up in Spain and coming from a different angle, and yet you still
perspective.
Yeah, but you even with that, you gave me that space. Like, okay, well, maybe she's different. She's clearly different. She clearly comes from a different background, and instead of us talking like we can't understand each other because we come from different backgrounds, I'm going to say, I'm an American and I can tell you for sure what America's like. You're not going to, you didn't say it like that though.
No, I actually remember this. Do you want me to tell you what I remember?
The remote control?
No.
That was another one. That
was good. I do remember you.
Because they asked us like, do something about.
Bring an artifact.
That's a cultural. That's an American that describes or something, the American culture.
Yeah.
What did you bring? I forgot.
I brought this tchotchke that my parents bought it's a jar and then it has like a blade and you go like this and you can cut vegetables by just putting the vegetable in and then going like this with it.
Tchotchke. Good.
I was like,
I remember now.
This is an example of capitalism gone wrong because this is sitting in our cabinet. No one ever uses it. No one ever will. But it's supposed to make life easier because you're supposed to be able to chop. And then our professor was like, actually, my wife and I would definitely use that.
I remember that. He was cool. I liked him. He was fair. He was very fair. And he made us think.
And what did you say about the remote control, though?
Well, first of all, I couldn't stand school, right? So I was just like, always like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to talk about. I would just, never make up my mind. And then I would start asking people, what do you think I should? And then just through a conversation, somebody was like, well, no, honestly, Olga. I'm like, well, apple pie, American, right? Apple pie, handsome men, American. Well, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, apple, ice cream, apple pie, that kind of that's like, because my friends even in Spain or like they're half Spanish, like me, we would say, American, like that guy's American, like American apple pie. You know what I mean? That was like,
oh, I like that.
But the remote control, because I remember, not that we didn't have a remote control in Spain, because my parents actually did, but most people in Spain, even in the early 90s, didn't have a remote control. And it was, everybody just got up and changed the channel.
And one of these days I want to talk to you about Spain versus England in colonization and how it's kind of like what it is today.
Oh, yeah.
Because I feel like you and I would have the funniest conversation about that, and I would love to talk to you about that someday. But
I would love that.
put a pin in
We're
that.
doing it. We're
Okay.
doing it for sure. I would love that. Great one. I like that.
Yes.
So the remote was the fact that I would be at people's houses in America, and I'd only been here a couple of years at that point when we met, or 4 years or something like that when we met.
Okay.
And I just remember just watching people like fight, like spend an hour. And that's literally what I said. I said, you guys will fucking sit there for an hour looking for remote control instead of just getting up and turning the TV on. Not even changing the channel, just turning it on.
I remember feeling so offended by your critique of Americans.
That's what I mean. I remember that.
I was like, damn, she's right.
No, but I think maybe deep down you liked me because deep down I liked you.
Yes.
Because I saw something in you that must have been familiar to me. And I was like,
yes, it was
I don't care if she hates me.
You felt familiar to me.
Yeah. And I was like, she's got to be in my life. I don't know how. And then remember, that's when I approached you for your notes for the exam in the cafeteria of the college.
Yes. Our first interaction outside of arguing in class.
And you should have seen your face. I remember you look up because also when I guess I don't know if the right word is cocky, but I had that kind of vibe in me because I was
I was slightly afraid of you. I was not, I was like, I don't know what she's going to do.
Yeah, no, it's true. You were the opposite, very composed, very well together. You always looked perfectly put together at school, all your outfits, and the way you walked, you were very graceful. You still are.
That's so
for that age,
I wish I could have seen myself like that because I felt like a total mess.
Nuh-uh.
Yes.
And you've been nothing but success after success. Everything you put your mind to, you've gotten it, you've done it.
That's very sweet to say, but I don't feel that way at all. I feel like a complete failure in life, but I think most people feel that way if they're being honest.
Especially nowadays. Like, oh yeah, get in debt or get a mortgage, and by the way, you're never going to pay it off.
Right.
It's like,
and then you're going to have to refinance your other debt into your mortgage, and so then your house will be worth nothing to you,
or the taxes,
a pauper,
or the taxes
like
are going to be so high.
Ancestors. This fucking capitalist machine, just grinding into it, generation after generation. That's what a lot of my artistic work is about.
Oh, nice. Well, we would love you to share it if you ever want to.
Oh,
I would love for you to share it with us.
Well, that's very sweet of you to give me a platform to share. I really appreciate that.
Well, I bet I'm interested. And that I'm interested. I want to know.
I'm interested in talking to you about Spain because
you can handle my criticism.
Spain, yeah. I can handle you now. I've learned over the past how long? 20 years? 27 years?
Yeah, 27, 28.
I've known you for 27 years.
Yeah, 98, 2008. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. Well, anyway, we don't have to age ourselves.
No, but going back to Charlie Kirk.
10 years.
So I love that we didn't plan this. It's not scripted. You happen to have time. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to do this. And just the news just happened because we were going to talk about something else. And then I'm like, dude, I got it. Like,
yes, I'm glad we're talking about this because there has to be more level heads talking. There has to be more people out there talking about like, hey, let's bring this country together. We're all humans, right? Like forget even about American. Like humans. We are people under an a global oligarchy, right?
Right.
So yeah, you grow up in Utah and you think, well, wait, where did Charlie Kirk grow up?
Oh God, that's a good one. I forgot.
But he's very, he's very out there with his beliefs. He's not, I don't think he represents like an average American.
He was a conservative. He was very passionate about being a conservative, and
he was very pro-gun, right? He was.
I mean, most conservatives are like, I'm not a conservative. I'm pro-gun.
He was, in a way, he was like.
He's from Illinois.
But he was.
According to the internet.
Oh, okay, good. Hey, nice, quick search.
I'm sorry I interrupted you.
Oh no, I was just gonna say he wanted to kind of own the libs, basically. And both sides do that. And the libs, they want to own the fucking, right wing talking heads. And it's just like, stop already. Stop trying to be a cool meme online or like have a cool tweet and be like, fucking Elon Musk and all these idiots that are being an example for these young men,
Yeah, but where I want to go back is that one of the highlights for me when I asked you, because that was the whole part where I'm like, we didn't plan this, right? It's off the cusp. You and I've never really talked about this. So this is like super cool because we're like completely, I don't know what you're going to say. I don't know what you think.
I know, me too. I am a little scared, but no, because back then, 20 some years ago, we had different views. We've always had different views, and we do now. We do have different ideas in how we conceptualize.
It's still kind of the same.
The world.
I'm thinking that I'm still seeing like the differences that we had, but we respected each other. And
yes. And I think we even respect each other more now, as far as, not that we didn't, what am I trying to say? I think that we have learned, we've learned how to communicate better than when we were younger, because as you grow, you learn.
Yeah, like before, right? Like before, we would maybe have like emotional reactions to what one or the other said. Now we're more like, okay, hold on.
Right.
I'm not wasting my energy that quick anymore.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, okay, you're allowed to think that. You're allowed to have your,
but here's my thing.
Yeah.
That the fact that, this is, like improv, right? Impromptu.
Yeah.
And,
impromptu. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's not like you and I've been talking about stuff like this forever. No. Right. So this is like, you're almost in a way a stranger in this conversation, right? I don't know what you know. You don't know what I would know.
Yes.
Opinions, nothing aside. But the fact that you mentioned what I'm keep seeing the most mentioned, which is the politics of this. And I don't see that. I don't see the politics at all.
What do you mean?
So I don't see like, hey, everyone's going to that. And I get it. But it's just too easy. Like, oh, just let the guy speak like he's a debater. Like we should be able to talk. Everyone's saying that we should be able to talk. Violence shouldn't happen. I'm like, I feel like I'm in a classroom with a bunch of, kindergartners. Cause it's like, if I used to be a teacher, right? So when you're in a classroom and you want the kids to listen or tone down, right? Like, or you want order in the class. Let's just say there's a moment, they're all screaming and doing whatever, and you want order in the class. What do? You can't just sit there and say, all right, can we just all get along? Can we all just talk? Can we all just take a minute? When you're dealing with children, it's not that easy. You can't just say that and expect them to listen. So you have to get crafty on how to get them to calm down, to hear you out without screaming, right? Because if you scream at them, you can also scare them and then you can maybe traumatize them, right? And things like that. So for me, this is the stupidest shit that I've been hearing it forever. Can we all just get along? Can we just have a debate? Can we just talk? No, you can't fucking talk with a demon. You can't fucking talk with somebody who doesn't want to talk, because I know this, because even my own clients that come to me, sometimes even they're coming to me and they want my help and they think that I know how to help them, obviously, because that's why they decide, okay, well, I'm going to book a session with you because I think, you
clear the room for the truth to show itself.
Right. So I'm like, it's just so easy to just go around that corner to be like, we need to learn how to communicate. So I had this girlfriend. Okay. I'm going to come back to this. I had this girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
She was, matter of fact, she was a foreign correspondent for CNN in DC. I won't say her name because she doesn't want it to be public, and that's fine. But until she went to Afghanistan, then she got out of it. She hid. She wished she could delete all her videos because she found out that after years of being a foreign correspondent, she was just spewing lies. Like, not that she even knew. She just read it, talked to whoever, you know what I mean? She thought she had it together. She was working at an institute, which I won't mention it because then you probably find her. Anyway, she's no longer the institute, but it's a big institute with a 4-letter word or 4-letter acronym, right? Anyway, so the reason why I'm mentioning her is because she loved to debate politics, even when she was out of that arena, because then she wrote a book. She co-authored a book with another person about Afghanistan and the politics in the US and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. So after she puts that aside, whenever we would hang out for happy hour, lunch or whatever, or coffee in the morning, she would ask me, she would always want to talk politics in the sense where she wanted a debate. And she was a great debater. But I'm like, honey, I'm beyond this. And she's like, but you said you've read Kierkegaard. Yes. And I think you've also, Chomsky, right? And I'm like, yes. Like, because you and I didn't take that class together, but I took a class. It was one of the communications class. I forget. I think it was literally having to do with mainstream media. And the main book that professor told us to read was from Chomsky, and it was Manufacturing Consent.
Manufacturing Consent.
You see what I mean? And when I read that book, I didn't read it like I'm learning something. I remember reading it going, this is what I've been saying, but I didn't. But I was young, right? Like, where's your proof? And I'm like, don't you see? Don't you see? Like, it's all manipulation. It's all propaganda. But you know how then by 2015 or whatever, everyone's like, are you a conspiracy theorist? It's like, listen, because you don't know everything or don't take the time, then maybe we shouldn't have this conversation. So going back to her, she just loved debating. I'm like, but I don't understand the debate. They're all corrupt. She goes, yeah, but even like Chomsky said, but we still have to have the conversation. So I love that part of what you're saying. We need to talk. But see, one thing is, can I just talk without you getting angry? Well, how can that happen? It's kind of like, why wait till the kid has been traumatized, like abused in horrible ways, and then try to fix the kid, right? How about we prevent it from happening by educating parents, educating towns, communities? And that's my thing. It's like, it's so just general. And I get it. We're human. We repeat what we hear, but it's a blanket statement.
Yeah.
Can we just all get along? Can we just all talk and not kill each other? It's like, no. And if somebody has to kill you for what you're saying, even if you're, let's say hypothetical, let's say it's not Charlie Kirk and it's somebody else, and they're literally inciting violence, right? Like legit. Mind you, don't even get me started with all the, although like you said, you don't watch the news, neither do I. But again, I used to work for NBC. That's another story. But like, I know how they do, race bait and all kinds of stuff. They do all this insane. Because when you and I were in college and finishing college, that's when that word sensationalism started to become like a mainstream thing that everyone figured out that everything's just, and of course we got bombarded, we got burned out. But that's to me, the whole debate when she would want to talk about politics. I'm like, what are we talking about here? Because you don't know the facts. You don't have behind the corner. You don't know if Obama and Trump are downstairs going like this to each other. You don't know. So here we are. I'm going to waste 2 hours of my fucking life when I could. How about I make a cutlet? How about you like chicken parm? You know what? I make a mean meatball. You know what I mean? Or how about this? How about, what, instead of pretending that we're victims, why don't we grow our own food? Huh? Why don't we get together and grow our own shit instead of blaming capitalism? Fuck you. Where's your chickens? Do you make your clothes? I sew, I knit, I crochet. I live with 4 things. I don't have much. I live my truth. Are you complaining all fucking day? It's like,
well, yeah, that's true. But it's hard to live your truth when you're bound to this system and you have 4 kids and you got a fucking shitty ass job and you're just hanging on by a thread. I mean, you can't live your truth if you're already bound into the system like that.
What happened with back in the day, especially Americans, and this is why I came here. Like, that's why I decided to be here, although I was already an American, because my dad was in the Navy. But I could have stayed in Spain. I could have stayed in Europe. I could have gone anywhere. Yeah. I chose here. And my mother used to tell me, America is not what you think. The American dream, it's a dream. Meaning, because she got disappointed too. You know what I mean?
Oh, and so very true.
She was like, you're just going to work. You're going to be a slave. But I dove deep in the policies. I dove deep in the Bill of Rights and the Constitution. And if it was practiced correctly by our politicians that steal our money and laugh at us in our face, if it was applied more justly, like correctly, it's the best system I've seen in the world. And the American people, before like the last 20 years, literally were the testament of it. When I met you in college, you were one of the people that was proof that America, the American experiment, it does work like nothing has ever worked like this in history. Do we have flaws? Everybody does.
I agree. I think this is this country is, yes, it is based on a dream, but it's also,
there's a spirit, girl.
I love what you were saying. I really appreciate how you articulated that. And I would add democracy and the American experiment, it relies on trust and it relies on honesty.
You just gave me chills.
Therefore, you need ultimate transparency.
You just took the words out of my mouth, Amen. I'm not kidding you. And that's why I'm like, why are we going to spend 3 hours debating? And then what? I'm going to beat you at the argument. I'm going to prove you wrong. Like, we can't just look at all the books written from history and not find flaws or things missing out of it. Like, we can never have a real discussion. So I feel like America right now, it's like two brothers and sisters, and kind of like Cain and Abel. And as much as we want to unite, I got family members, I won't mention who, but I have family members that for me, I'm not going to say they're demonic, but I do think they have demonic tendencies. Therefore, I don't speak to them. They're not allowed. They're blocked everywhere. I'm not angry. I'm not mad. I still love them. I wish them well. And if they ever really needed me, I'm the last Mohican or whatever, I'm going to save their ass if they ask, right?
Yeah.
But I know that their mentality, they got the victim mentality. Anybody with a victim mentality, I don't care what your politics are. If you're a victim, if you think you're a victim, if you say you're a fucking victim, I already know where you're coming from. And that's a little demon that grows. It starts with that. Well, kind of like you and I being women and having to navigate the world differently because of it. And especially when you're good looking, I'm just saying, we happen to have the good end of the stick. I mean, we gotta be honest. See, like, modesty is not good if it's a lie. I can't deny that people find me attractive. And if you love yourself, even if you're the ugliest person to everybody else, you should be looking at yourself going, I'm fucking beautiful. That's the truth, because beauty's in the eye of the beholder, right? Like art. Like, I might not like this painting. You might go, that's awesome. And I'm like, ew. Right? So this is all that shit. And at the end of the day, if people had more accountability, self-love, but when you have a government, a media, right? Brainwashing you, propaganda all day, where you don't have to be responsible for your actions. Your happiness isn't your fault. It's the government. It's the oligarchs. If nobody went to Target and nobody went to Walmart and nobody even went to Whole Foods, or nobody bought Microsoft, say we did alternative software. If we didn't buy the products or take the services of these so-called elite, self-proclaimed, idolized Bill Gates, he has money on all these stations, right? So of course they're going to give him airtime. He's the boss.
Right.
Sorry, I mean,
no, he is the boss.
I love you.
We know who our bosses are, right?
That's what they think.
Well,
we're showing it. Yeah. No, you got it.
Yeah. I mean, so to speak. I mean, the thing that I always think about is how powerful money is in this system. And yes.
And how easy to corrupt people for money.
Well, especially when they're desperate.
Well, everyone's supposedly desperate, because I just saw another YouTuber's got like 4 million followers. And he used to be, not only he's conservative, preaches Christianity, person of color, if you want to say that, for example. And I really admire what he was doing, because he was consistent, right? Being true to his word, showing, and then he does something. And I'm like, and it's always, when you follow the money, like people do, because you'll find ways. You'll be like, you know what, but is it that bad if I interview this and that person? Like, because it is going to help my channel. If mind you, say you're interviewing somebody that could ruin your life. What do you think you're going to do? You think you're going to really challenge that interview? Do you really think you're doing it for free? You think they're doing it for free? Like, I'm like, and then all of a sudden I start seeing, matter of fact, this same YouTuber about the suspect shooter. I don't want to give too many details, because then everybody's going to know who I'm talking about. I'm not trying to trash the guy or anything. I'm just going, dude, once I see the truth, once I see your bullshit, I unfollow you, because it's not that I disagree with you. It's because I see that you're starting to change your tune. And because you're watching what you're saying because of money. Because if you didn't have money, if money wasn't the issue, you would have nothing to lose, then you would just do it. Like, why would you? So he literally said, okay, so this person, he's got a background in law. enforcement. I'm sure pretty much anybody can guess who he is at this point if you've been watching this guy. For somebody who's been doing that, who's had years of experience in it, I have seen this same person anytime there's been a shooting or anytime there's been, a crime or an explosion, anything, he'll go in, he'll get his sources, and he'll tell you like what he knows from behind the scenes. And he actually usually clarifies, like when somebody's like, this cop did this. And then he's like, actually, let's look at the body cam. And so he's usually always just pointing for the truth. And I was shocked today that he, without a doubt, said, we got the suspect. We got him. We got him. We got him. And I'm going. And you know what's funny? He just interviewed the PM of Israel not even a week ago.
Oh,
and his audience did reach out and say to him, did you get paid for this? Did you like basically sell out? He did a live about it. I didn't get to watch it. I didn't have time to watch it. I wanted to. I just didn't get around to it. But I can't imagine, because I didn't hear a lot of hoopla about it. And I didn't see like if he lost a lot of subscribers or anything like that. So I guess he covered his ass. But to me, how he behaved today, it's exactly why I know this lone shooter was in Utah at 22 years old by himself. And he's just a liberal, like who doesn't believe in conservatives and Charlie Kirk or Christianity.
The 22-year-old from who the CNN article that I read today said that he is from Utah.
Yes. Sorry. What did I say? He is from Utah, and he.
I thought the way that you had said it, I thought you meant that he was a 22-year-old that came to Utah.
Oh, sorry if I did. Thank you for the clarification. No. Thank you for the clarification. I do that shit all the time. Yep. So no, I'm not. I told you from the get-go without any evidence. I have no evidence, right? And I'm only taking from what I'm seeing, but I still said from the get-go, from the moment I got it.
I mean, I'm just as guilty of coming up with these things. I mean, before they found the shooter, before I found out that they found the shooter this morning, I dropped my son off at the bus stop. I'm coming back home. I'm thinking, this is a psyop.
See what I mean? Like, and why do we have to sound crazy when our instinct is built?
I'm like, so my psyop coming, more from like the progressive side is they don't want the Epstein files released. They want to blame the libs. So they target this right-wing guy and blame the libs on it. And then we're all fighting each other and we don't care about the Epstein.
That's what I mean. So the whole thing, we got to learn how to debate. No, fuck that. We got to pull the curtain behind the Wizard of Oz.
Pull the curtain, transparency, everything. Yeah. Show us all the records. Show us the money.
Thank you for coming on as a woman and showing other women and men that some women do question shit and do care and get deep, and they, you know what I mean? Like we're just, because the typical is like, oh, she's emotional. Here's a clip that somebody sent me actually, that I didn't get to watch. I watched maybe the first 20 seconds, but I want to share it with you. So,
okay.
Of course, the audience, but hey, audience, if you haven't commented, make sure to comment, super chat us, show the girl some love. My little guests here today. And if you like us, we're planning on coming back. We haven't decided like how often yet, right?
Yeah, but I
don't know. She might change her mind, guys. So please show her some love. I like this. I need her. Okay. All right. So watch this clip that I got in a text this afternoon from my property manager, actually. Shout out to him. All right. Check this out.
Oh, boy.
And I love when it's somebody young. Okay. I know. Wait. You said, oh, boy. Hold on. Yeah. Before I push play.
These fucking things.
Tell me.
Okay, so these are the types of clips that your family members send you, to try to say, look at this. And you're like,
but this one, just like you're saying, is this a psyop? Like the fact that we're like being creative with our connecting of the dots. This girl, because she's a girl.
Everybody's got an opinion. But let's see.
I don't think this is an opinion. But you're going to tell me when you watch it.
Yeah, but that's why I said, oh boy. It was just like, oh boy.
Okay, good. Because I
Yeah.
thought you were saying, oh boy. No, first of all, I'm glad because I wanted to know why you said oh boy. So thank you. Because you nailed it with a family thing. And number two, because she was a woman, I thought you were gonna be like, just by the look
Oh,
of her. But
yeah.
no,
No.
look at
Yeah.
that. Got it.
I'm excited to see what.
This is gonna be surprising. I'm telling you. All right.
Okay.
I wouldn't waste your time. I promise.
Okay. Oh, I know.
All right. Now, hold on. So the title says this was a ritual, not random. Now, didn't I say I know it's not random? It wasn't some crazy dude.
Oh God, devil.
Now, hold on. Let's hear her out. Let's hear her little.
Okay.
Theory.
All right. Oh, Olga, I can't see it or hear it.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It didn't come on the screen. There we go. It's coming up now.
I didn't click right.
There we go.
I got to click happy. All right, here we go. I'll rewind it. Where is it?
Charlie Kirk was not assassinated because he was political. He was eliminated because he broke the silence contract. Give me 60 seconds and we'll break down the moment he crossed the line. On the surface, this looks like another political hit, but here's...
And let me pause right here real quick because I did a live yesterday. Obviously, yesterday I just wanted to connect spiritually with the world because I felt not sadness because I didn't have a connection with him. I know that this is not about him and this is not about left or right. That was why I was so overcome with sadness. Because I know as you know me with astrology and, clairvoyant ways of me, I know that the unity will not happen. The only way out is division. I'm not saying we have to fight, but it will be division because if you can't get along with somebody, if they're fucking out of their mind, you can't hang out with that person. So you can only hang out with people like you. So we're not going to be able to make people that are all damaged or brainwashed or defected. And what I mean by that is like, it's not their fault. Okay. Because I think all humans are equal and they're just a product of their experiences and the brainwash. Right. You get the point.
Well, we don't have to all live together. I mean,
right.
Yeah,
exactly. We love our parents. We don't live with them.
There was a term when we were growing up, sort of a weak term to address racism, which was called tolerance.
Yes.
And it was tolerate, differences with others. And there's something to be said for tolerance.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So my thing is yesterday, although I first expressed and wanted to connect with love and strength and, positivity, I mentioned the whole Oswald feeling that I got with this whole thing, but I specifically tied in where he got his money and what he started talking about recently was almost like you biting the hand that fed you. And the thing is, in my live and my locals, I tell exactly how it works behind the scenes because I've worked with these people. It's things that I can't say on the internet. We'll talk about it, behind the scenes, or I can send you what I've said because once you hear it and you go looking, there's no coming back.
Are you referring to what she said, the silence contract?
Yeah. Yes.
He broke.
See, I love the way she put it. And she does it. And she does it. What? I don't know. How long is this? 2 minutes? Okay. Let's see. I didn't finish watching the whole thing, but she had me at the first 4 words. I was like, okay. Hold on.
What activated his execution? What
activated his execution? And that's what I've been saying. Oswald, from the get-go, don't talk politics to me about this. This is not left or right. This is not us. This is not Americans. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're not the bad guy, I'm telling you.
Threading Epstein's network out loud, not just speculation, real connections, Mossad, U.S. politicians, foreign blackmail. Then he hosted a fair debate with a Zionist. He was not hateful. He was surgical.
I saw that.
That's when they called him anti-Semitic, not for hate, but for
which, by the way, you said from the beginning that you don't really know a lot about him and you know some about him.
Yeah,
he was pro-Israel. To even the conservatives that weren't pro-Israel, he was debating and he stood his ground. I'm pro-Israel no matter what, no matter what, no matter what, until recently. And then he started getting called anti-Semitism because he couldn't, I believe as a Christian, and this is what I said in my live yesterday, and obviously got more deeper in the roots over on my locals, but he couldn't sleep at night. If he continued to say pro-Israel for everything, no matter what they do, as a Christian, he's not a true Christian because you have to be honest. You see what I'm saying? If you did something wrong to another friend of mine, no matter how much I love you, I'm not supposed to defend you just because you're my BFF per se. You understand what I mean?
Yeah, I do get that. Yeah.
But when money's involved and this kind of money where we put you there and we'll take you out. Now, this is for the audience, this is just for entertainment purposes only. I'm being totally science fictional here. Relax.
Narrative control. When you decode Babylon, they don't debate you, they delete you. Here's why.
Exactly. I mean, Sarah.
Yes.
I want to make sure I'm looking right in as close as I can to your eyes.
Okay.
Does that sound like sci-fi to you? We just delete you, right?
It does sound like sci-fi.
But how many kings and queens have been poisoned at the dinner table? Right? Just like that. Out. Why? Because I want your wife.
So you think Charlie Kirk was that powerful?
No.
You don't?
Who gave him the money to start Turning Point USA? How much money did they give him?
But I'm asking
He
he was eliminated the way a king or queen would be poisoned. That's saying he was like powerful like a king or queen and someone poisoned him, right? Somebody took him out.
Good point. Bad analogy. Let me take that back.
Maybe he is powerful like that. I don't know.
He was just a normal student, college kid, conservative, Christian. He was just
Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, Charlie Kirk. How did he come in the spotlight? People put him there. Who put him there? He didn't just rise up. He didn't go to college campuses for free and sit on a little table and No. He had investors and he started the organization called Turning Point USA.
Yeah, I've heard
investors weren't Christians.
Not sure what Turning Point USA is though.
Exactly. So it's I'm gonna chop it up, but I guess in a nutshell, it's an organization to where a bunch of conservatives get together or people that are interested to maybe becoming conservative and Christian, to have almost like a powwow, you know what I mean? So they get together once or twice a year. He goes to different cities. It's a convention and you go and it's Turning Point USA. Like he was like a pioneer to get the young people to come back to God, come back to conservative roots, like, family first, America first. Not liberalism where, you can be who you want, pretend you're a bird or, abort. Like it's all about conservatism. The word conservative is to conserve something you already believe in. It's nothing new. It's conservative. It has to do with the tradition. So people that are against tradition are typically like liberal, and it could be liberal in the middle, right? Liberal to the far left, woke, where you're just like, fuck all that shit. And I'm telling you that to me is demonic. And the magatards on the right, the ones that are so like, oh, you can't say nothing about Trump. You're also possessed. Like you're in a cult. But this is not a criticism. It's like, I think a lot of us, I've always felt that I'm in the middle because I'm not tribal because I already know that's stupid. Yeah. That means I can't think for myself.
Yeah.
But I understand both sides of the aisle. But when one forces me to do something like, remember back when we were growing up, you're not getting married. You're not going to have kids. What are you waiting for? You're going to have kids. Right. And we would hear that all fucking day long where you're like, how do you know it doesn't make me feel like shit when you say that? Like, do you think I don't want a husband? Like maybe I do and I can't find one because maybe their mommy fucked it up. Like, we would have a lot of things that we would talk about when we were.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. There's a lot of expectations put on all of us.
Yeah. But like when you want to live differently like me, like a liberal, that doesn't mean I didn't want marriage and kids. That just meant I don't want the church and you up my ass.
Yeah, exactly.
And putting your shit down my throat. So it goes both ways, right? So when somebody's like, no, you're wrong. If you talk like that, I already know you've got to be wrong. Because anybody that's so right is confident and calm and cool and collective about their stance and their position.
Yeah.
Because they felt it, they've lived it, they've proved it. You know what I mean? Not just they read it in a fucking book or tribalism. Anyway, I like to have fun. But so that's the thing with this, that who gave him the money? And I'm not sure because I don't have the real proof of whatever I've been able to scrounge up. It was like 40.
Yeah.
It's not cheap to create events and create, I have a background in events. And to in that scale, you need donors, you need sponsors. And that guy took money, I'm sure, because he was young and didn't know that there comes a price. So they put him in the spotlight. He did not become Charlie Kirk without the money. Do you understand what I mean? So he was not a king. They made him a king. They put him up there. You could even think of George Floyd. Not that I'm comparing the two. I'm just saying some dude on the street overnight becomes a saint because the public made him that. That's it. Just out of thin fucking air, whether it's true or not. Boom. That's going to be. Everyone's, again, with the gladiator shit. Like it goes both ways. So you get my point. Let me finish this video. But the thing is, it's the money and the fact that again, if you gave me money and I fucking fuck you over and you're like, but wait, I gave you the money to start that company. Don't you think I have some say in it? And I'm like, yeah, sure. Well, then don't say this and that and that. But then I can't because then I'm lying to my audience and I'm lying to my God that I believe in that is higher than you. Because if not, then I can't sleep at night. But some people can sleep at night. Do you know what I mean? Because the money is justified. Because the guy could have been like, okay, I'm not going to talk about this subject, this touchy subject that will make me look anti-Semitic, whatever, which is not even a real word, especially for that group, but whatever.
Right.
He decided that the money, if he had decided that the money was worth it, because at least his family will be taken care of, and he'll have the security, he wouldn't have gone into those subjects. But the fact is, his own audience was pressuring him about these points, and he could no longer be a Christian. For example, something like a Christian church getting blown away in Gaza. Like, as a Christian, how can you go to bed saying, no matter what, I'm pro-Israel? They can do no wrong. The Bible says I have to. Do you see what I mean? And then that's why this girl, I'm assuming, right? Again, this is all for fun.
Yeah.
And my gut instinct was also, again,
full precision neck shot mid-speech in public.
wait.
Here's why this was military, not civilian. This wasn't some angry leftist with a gun. It was field level precision neck shot mid-speech in public. Plane leaves the airspace, disables tracking, then turns.
Now, this is the part that I don't have proof in. That it's just easily that anybody could have just put this out there, made it up. But let's hear the rest of her theory.
Multiple fake shooters reported. That's a mimic tactic. Classic covert play. Confuse the crowd, flood the feed, delay the truth until everyone forgets. This was not about Charlie. It was about you. If they can kill the face of the resistance, they hope the body will shut down. But the 144,000 don't go.
Who's the resistance? You know what I mean?
That's
is
what
it left and right?
Who is
Quiet.
the resistance?
We bit.
That's what she's saying. She's not saying it out loud. But remember what she said about the money in the beginning? See, look, like what she wrote here in her caption. He crossed into forbidden territory. Epstein, Mossad. Who's the Mossad? Where's the Mossad? Epstein, Mossad. What country? It's that group. That blackmail ops. This was a field level ritual. Military precision. Not red versus blue. See, and I didn't even read this until I'm reading it to you right now. Like, I picked it up because, like, when you're already there, you pick up what they're laying down.
Yeah.
Seal your nervous system.
I'm glad you're asking the questions because that way I want my audience to, if they're thinking like you, thank you for saying that.
Decode the operation. Anchor the scroll. I promise you, Babylon's blueprint is cracking. The fear ritual did not work. Why? Because sovereigns don't broadcast fear. We collapse it. This assassination was not red versus blue. It was a pressure valve. When too much truth leaks out, Babylon hits the kill switch. But that only works when you forget that you're the firewall. If they can do this in plain sight, what else have they done that you have not decoded yet? Don't just comment. Don't just repost. Scan your field. This isn't commentary. This is war. Remember, Charlie
I love her passion, but wait. War for what? Let me see.
was the warning. You are the response.
Members of Congress are actively being blackmailed.
To me, we didn't even talk about this. And he sends me this clip. I don't know if you maybe watched my live yesterday, but what did I post on Twitter about the response?
Oh, right.
Like, that's my whole thing. It's like, I know I sound like almost narrow-minded because I'm so like laser focused on the response. But that's the thing. Why is everybody wasting their time with the response?
Yeah.
Talk about, when you throw a rock and you hide your hand. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, listen, I have very low energy because I just run out of steam. Like,
no, you know what? I was running out of steam myself. I also have a 3:00 appointment, and I told everyone I'm going to be on locals over on the other side. So I might not make it to locals, guys. I'm sorry, but I'll give you a surprise. We'll have coffee in the morning on Saturday. How about that? Let me know. To be continued. Sarah, thank you so much for coming on.
oh my gosh. Thank you, Olga. It's an honor to be on with everybody, and I appreciate this platform. Thank you so much.
Oh my God, you have no idea, girl. I'm gonna start crying. No, but have a wonderful day.
I love.
We'll talk about when we're gonna see each other, so I can tell the audience. Like,
I would love to have discussions, and
have the honor to have you back.
Thank you so much.
Oh no, thank you. Seriously, I can't say it enough. Sarah, I'll let you go, and I'm gonna close out. Talk to you soon.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you, Olga.
All right, everybody. I'm just going to wrap it up real quick. Don't worry about it. Because she's right. I have to go to the restroom. And if you know me, I got to take a break. And I got to get ready before 3:00. But thank you so much for being here. Make sure to comment. Share this information. Just share us. Okay? Just something different for a change. Don't you think people need another type of voice instead of the same old echo chamber kind of a thing? But anyway, I will. Oh, she just gets me so excited in a good way, guys. By the way, don't think believe me, it was hard for me. I was trying to think about you, and I'm still thinking about her and the way we would talk in my kitchen. And believe me, we need more real. We can't just say, yeah, be real, be real. You don't want fucking real. You don't want fucking real. All right. No, but seriously, since I have to go, I am rushing out of here. So the link for locals underneath. Stay tuned. Smash that notification button. Don't trust the media. You just got to sometimes look in for yourself. I'm here for you. And hopefully we'll see Sarah soon. Bye. Thank you. Bye-bye. Have a great weekend.